Have you been injured by an e-bike or a scooter, particularly in one of the cities or in a local area? Do you have a case? You might be wondering that. And so we're going to talk a little bit about these e-bikes, these scooters that are popping up everywhere, and whether or not you might have a claim. So stay tuned. E-bikes and scooters are becoming more and more popular as a means of transportation around the state of Georgia. You see them a lot in cities. You even see e-bike rentals where you can rent them and drive around a city, or a scooter where you scan an app and touch your phone and then the scooter's off and running. So if you're riding one of these, do you have a case? And the truth is, it's an extremely difficult case to win, but it's possible. And so these types of cases are going to depend specifically on the facts surrounding why you were injured. One of the things that you might not know is when you sign up for these e-bike or scooter rental companies, sometimes you sign a waiver. And whether or not that waiver is valid is going to be determined by a lot of factors involved. And so one of those factors is, was it a risk that you assumed when riding the scooter? Was the risk so apparent that you should have known about it, you should have recognized it before you rented the scooter? But also how you were injured is going to matter. So if there's some sort of negligence or defect in the scooter or the e-bike, that's going to be a much stronger case, but it's going to require a very specialized lawyer who understands the technology behind these machines, how they operate, and what specific caused the failure. You're going to need to talk to a lawyer who understands this to get a full opinion on whether or not that was the cause of your specific case. The other thing is, if someone else was negligent and caused your injury. So it doesn't matter, even if you're on an e-bike or a scooter, if you had the right of way on a roadway or crossing the street, then yes, that other entity could be responsible even if you were injured. And so e-bikes and scooters are a very fact-specific situation to determine whether or not you have a claim or not. Now, I will tell you that many lawyers don't like to take these cases because they're so difficult. But our firm is more than willing to talk to you and hear the situation and give you our opinion as to whether or not you have a case. And we will do a full and thorough investigation, both from you, understanding what happened, analyzing and reviewing the scooter data, and figuring out if we can glean or determine anything about what might have happened with the e-bike or the scooter. And also, we'll check surveillance video. Surveillance video can be very important in e-bike and scooter cases because most of these are driven in cities. And so, as you probably know, surveillance cameras are everywhere. And so that might be able to give us a fill in a lot of the missing pieces so we can understand exactly what happened in your specific accident. But the typical negligence laws and negligence per se laws still apply. So a jury is going to have to determine whether someone else was negligent, whether you were negligent in your operation of the e-bike or the scooter, and it's going to be a balance of these competing interests. And so the defense lawyers in these type of cases love to blame the victim and love to say the victim was not acting responsibly or was being dangerous in the operation of the e-bike and scooter. And then you obviously your lawyer is going to have to be very talented at arguing that no, the individual was safe, was operating it in a consistent and safe manner, and it was some negligence on the part of either the scooter company or someone else that caused the injuries. And so you definitely don't want to just hire any lawyer for these type of cases. You definitely want somebody who understands these cases, who understands e-bikes and scooter technology, and can assist you in handling a claim if you get injured. And so I would definitely recommend if we can be somebody that may be a resource for you, we do free consultations. We'd love to talk to you about your e-bike or scooter case and just give you our opinion as to whether or not it's worth pursuing, whether or not you have a claim. And we'll be honest with you. We're not going to take the case unless we feel confident that the case is worth pursuing and that we have a good chance of winning. And so we'll give you that opinion for free, no charge, and you can learn more about whether or not it's worth it for you to hire a lawyer and to pursue a claim. If you like getting these updates or learning more about Georgia law, obviously like and subscribe. But until next time, definitely stay safe, and thanks for listening.